It's unfair. No matter how great that ending is for Lelouch.
Goku and Vegeta, and then Yuji and Mahito.
Goku Vegeta.
Without the DBS, I would say Yuji and Mahito, but I'll give it to Goku and Vegeta.
Nah, nah. We're a platform of content. Miles, why? Why would
Um,
you say Yuji and
so
Mahito?
I'll say Majin. I'll say the Majin arc also moves me a lot, but before that, I don't know. I needed to see Vegeta mature as a person before I could really say that their relationship got better. Um, they first met during the Saiyan saga, so there wasn't really much to go off there, and that's when it kind of intrigued me. I really didn't like when he was on his death. I understand why he asked Vegeta to fulfill the mission of beating Frieza when he's on his deathbed, but I really didn't like it for his character. I get he put the Saiyans basically before himself, but I would have liked to see him be a little bit more selfish there. I think the main thing Super did get us is showing him coping with everything, seeing how he would react if the Saiyans were around through the Universe 6 folks. I know I'm speaking about Vegeta a lot only because I just feel like I don't want to say he carries a lot of that dynamic, but a lot of how he reacted to. I know Ty. I know you disagree with me. I'm not going to say Vegeta carried the dynamic, but I feel like a lot of Vegeta's growth to me is what made the dynamic get better. I don't really think Goku, other than during the Majin arc, I don't really think Goku really did much in terms of like changing how Vegeta had to act. It was all on him.
Would you not say, Ty? Would you not say that Vegeta is like the superior one of the two?
No,
You don't think so?
I think it's easily. Personally, I think it's easy Goku. Wait, is that? Y'all hear something in my background?
It's
A
it's not
little bit.
loud.
It's not allowed. You're fine.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
you're
wait, is it loud?
Mm-mm.
No, no, no.
Okay, I'm about to say I think it's easily Vegeta because Goku set the standard for what that Vegeta would eventually follow. So when we meet Goku, I think when we meet Vegeta, he basically recontextualizes Goku's love for fighting. We find out piece of that love for fighting is because he's a Saiyan. It's embedded inside of him. And
Mhm.
so Goku's original reason for letting Vegeta live is that he wants to challenge him again, right? So like Goku
Mhm.
starts the dynamic off by saying, "I want to challenge this guy. I face a wall that I could not overcome, and so leave him alive so I can face him again." That so he starts the dynamic, right? And so when Goku comes, the biggest idea I think that we get to at the planet, the Saiyan Saga to Namek Saga is what does it mean to be a Saiyan and a Super Saiyan? Basically, all the positive traits that Goku has, people are saying that he can't be a Saiyan. Like he's a pretty much a bad Saiyan in a sense. And so when Goku comes to Namek, he's powered up and he's wiping out the Ginyu Force. Vegeta asks himself, "Oh, this must be a Super Saiyan because how powerful he is." But then he shows them mercy, and then he says, "Oh, actually, you're not a Super Saiyan because a Super Saiyan should be all the negative traits that Saiyans hold, but dialed up to 11.
Amplified.
That should be a Super Saiyan." But Goku basically showing kindness and compassion go against all those, basically all those ideas, right? So Goku is essentially a he works as like I guess you can say he works as a model where a Super Saiyan should be. And so when he does, he proved to Vegeta and other people that you can be a Super Saiyan and still be kind and be an Earthling at the same time. And that's when he becomes a Super Saiyan. Like he became a Super Saiyan because Krillin died. Like we see him throw Nappa and kill Nappa, so we know that he doesn't care about attachments. And he said
Mhm.
that Goku needs to get rid of those attachments to defeat Frieza, but it's because those attachments became a Super Saiyan. Like that to me starts the dynamic off. He gives Vegeta a model for Super Saiyan. When we see Vegeta settle down and get a family, he becomes a Super Saiyan the same way that Goku did. Like everything that Vegeta does, him training, he never trained before. He said training was beneath him. He sees Goku do that. Actually, I see Goku advance. I need to do that as well. His whole passion for fighting died when Goku died in the Cell Saga. He stopped fighting. So I just think, and then Goku comes back to Earth and he gets a chance to fight him finally again. He was Majin. Everything that Vegeta does is based off of Goku. It's because Goku set the standard Vegeta's desperately trying to follow. And he basically clears out everything that Vegeta believed. Everything that Vegeta believed, Goku tore it down. So I think he contributes most to that dynamic.
So
I
I
agree with. Go ahead. I
so
was gonna
I
just say I
yeah,
agree
go
with.
ahead.
Oh, my fault.
Go ahead, Wild. No, you go ahead.
Um, nah, I actually agree with everything that Ty said. My only issue with it is, and maybe this is not a fair criticism, but I feel like Goku was just doing him more than it was like him intentionally trying to set this model for Vegeta. That's why I was saying a lot of it was on Vegeta to kind of learn and develop, and that's what Toriyama showed us. Because I just think Goku was just doing his thing. I don't think he had the conscious. I'm trying to be a better Saiyan through this means, or I think this means is better. This is just the route he chose. But like I
Yeah.
said, it might not be a fair criticism.
So the thing about it's not necessarily. I'm not necessarily saying that it's an intentional thing. Someone said Goku's brain dead has okay. Oh my god, that's crazy. Goku actually makes the best decision in Dragon Ball. If you are not going off of, if you actually like paying attention to what Goku does, he actually makes the best decision in Dragon Ball. But it's not about him. It's not about the saying them all being intentional. I'm just going off of what their relationship represents. Goku is basically a better version of him. Is a version that Vegeta's trying to aspire to be. That's why at the end of the Buu saga, he's like, "Yo, like I can't believe that you're a Saiyan. You're so much compassionate, yet you have this door for fighting. Yet you show mercy, yet you're more powerful than me.
He
Why
was
is
blazing.
and then he acknowledges them that you're the best.
He was
You are
blazing.
what I want to be. It doesn't matter if it's intentional or not. And that's the point of Goku's character. Is that it's not intentional. He's just being himself. He's being someone that focuses on self-improvement. He says, Goku, you're not fighting for pride. You're not fighting for honor. Like this is not what I like about it is what you said, Miles, is that Tora made that a point. When Vegeta's watching Goku fight Buu, he's saying you're not fighting for pride. You're not fighting to be better than us. You're fighting to be a better version of yourself. And that ties back to Goku's character growth in OG Dragon Ball. In the when he lost in the tournament to Master Roshi, well, Jackie Chun, and then Master Roshi says that you need to always there'll always be someone better than you. Goku's no longer fighting to be the best, but always self-improve. So that model of him trying to self-improve himself is why he wanted to challenge Vegeta, challenge other characters. And once Vegeta recognized that, he also tried to do the same. So that's why I'm saying I think it's one of those things where it's meant to not be intentional. And Vegeta recognized that and he calls that out. And that's why it works. So
that's fair.
So when it comes down to it, like in terms of the dynamic, you're 100% right because Goku is the one that inspires Vegeta in a lot of different ways. I think what people appreciate though is kind of similar to what Miles is saying is Vegeta's growth into who he becomes eventually when it comes down to his character. His growth as a character, his development as a character, his recognition of who Goku is, not only to like what it means to be a Saiyan, but also to him as an individual and his own personal growth and everything that he does for the people around him as well. Seeing Vegeta grow into the character that he is, especially starting off where he was, this very arrogant, prideful individual only cares about himself, to the individual that cares more about him, who would even sacrifice his own pride for the betterment of society, and obviously being a family man. Shout out Bulma and Trunks. That's just what's people value, or that's what people appreciate in terms of his character, which is why I could see why people would say they like Vegeta's more in terms of the dynamic because of that growth from where he started versus where he ends up eventually in this situation. But without Goku, Vegeta doesn't do what he does. I definitely agree with it.
True.
I think that Goku grows a lot too in that relationship though. Like when Goku first meets Raditz and Raditz tells Goku what he is and what he's supposed to do and that responsibility of being a Saiyan, Goku's like, I'm not a Saiyan. I'm not like whatever this idea that you have of me, I'm not that. To the point where he is willing to share Saiyan pride with Vegeta. When Vegeta's dying, and I don't think he put this, I don't think necessarily Vegeta is putting the Saiyans above himself. He's just trying to appeal to Goku's emotions to push Goku to fight to kill. Because they think that's the only way that Frieza will die. So from Goku starting off the story by saying I am not connected to the Saiyans to his final speech of Frieza saying I'm a Saiyan Ray, I am Son Goku the Super Saiyan. Is accepting both sides of himself.
Yeah.
Is him growing into is because of his interaction with the characters like Vegeta. He becomes because of Vegeta. So I don't think it's a thing of Vegeta grows more and Goku just this stagnant character in that relationship. Goku grows a lot. Like literally, when he spares Vegeta, he literally says it's because of my Saiyan DNA. I think that's why I'm feeling these emotions I'm feeling are what they are because I'm a Saiyan like Vegeta. That's him coming to a better understanding of himself. Like we see that too.
Oh, he definitely grows. I wouldn't say he's stagnant, but in terms of the growth of the two individuals, and when it comes to Vegeta's growth from basically villain to hero in that story versus Goku accepting his identity and his bloodline, there's one that resonates with the audience much more, especially considering the drastic change
I,
in comparison.
I get that, but I don't think the person who changed more carries. I don't think that. Like Lewis
Oh, I
said,
never said he
no,
carries.
I'm not. No,
But
I'm saying the comment. Lewis says Goku doesn't
oh,
change. He's not just in chat. That doesn't mean you carry a relationship because you change more. That to me would be like, for example, Zuko and Iroh. Y'all watch Avatar?
Yeah.
yeah.
Zuko is the one who changes the more. I hope we don't say Iroh doesn't contribute just as much as Zuko to that relationship just because Zuko changes more. It's because certain characters are meant to impact the world, while other people are meant to be impacted by the world. Like Goku has subtle changes, here and there, like what I mentioned. But his job is to impact others, while Vegeta is meant to be impacted by the world. Like that's his archetype. Like I would never say that Zuko carries Iroh him and Iroh's relationship because Zuko just changes more. Iroh still contributes just as much. So I don't know.
I definitely see your point at the very least. But people love that villain to hero story. I
Very
mean, the example in Avatar, Aang and Zuko too, in terms of their rivalry. I mean, people love Zuko's change from his villain arc to his hero arc when it comes down to his dynamic. People love that, even though obviously we recognize who Aang is, but the appeal to become a better person is something that just resonates with the audience more so than anything else. So I think that's where I see it. But I mean, overall, Goku and Vegeta won, and Ty, you have a point as well, of course.
Yeah, Ty Cook.